welcome to Real Actors, Real Answers, the podcast where you are the star. I am so excited about interviewing Mariah Faith. She is from American Idol, and her voice, we're going to talk about her voice, where she's from, how she started, and a lot of other fascinating things. So here we go. Mariah Faith, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I've been looking forward to this for, well, at least a couple of weeks with your schedule and everything else. So tell us a little bit about you and how you started and why you started and what's do you love to sing?
Oh yeah, so I kind of grew up in a household where music was the buzz, you know. We didn't necessarily sing, like none of my family members really sang. My cousins sang in church and stuff, and so when I would go to church, I would sing with them. But it wasn't like my immediate family, like my mimi, my papa, but they listened to music and they loved it. And so like early in my life I was really inspired by like Motown. My papa listened to Motown and funk and all that good stuff and soul, R&B, blues. And my Mimi loved bluegrass. And she loved like Johnny Cash and Dolly Parton. And I used to be obsessed with Johnny Cash. That was my man, okay? And she's the one who kind of introduced me to that. And then the magical mixture of my mom, her music taste is the bomb. She loves like Mariah Carey. It's funny, we call my like alter ego Mariah Carey Faith Hill. Because those were two of her favorite artists when I was growing up. But she also listened to like Rascal Flatts, and then we bounced from Rascal Flatts to like Boys to Men. And I don't know, somewhere along the lines of all those mixtures and genres and stuff, I just fell in love with music as a whole, just good sounding music. And my mom always noticed that I just really love to sing all the time. I just would never stop. If someone was singing in the car with me, I would like make them stop singing it because they're messing up the lyrics, so they're messing up my rendition, you know. And so she noticed little things like growing up, but we never really had the means to pursue it in any way, and we didn't know what to do. We were like, what do we do with her? I mean, I'm a baby, so she's like, it'll pass, it's just something she likes right now, or she just loves music. And then my stepdad came into my life, probably saw it like in my story and stuff, and he was very like he was a business owner, and so he was super motivated and always was like finding a way to pursue things, even if it wasn't a huge deal. He made it a big deal. So singing, I was in a school musical. This is like the coming out of my shell kind of thing. In fourth grade, I was Maisie LeBird in Susical the Musical. And I had auditioned for just to be a background person because I didn't know how I've never seen Susical the Musical because my papa and Mimi listened to Motown and Bluegrass. We didn't really watch musicals. But I knew I wanted to sing and I wanted to start doing something. So I had auditioned just to like see where I could be, and they put me in Maisie LeBird, which is like this big sassy character who leaves her egg with Horton and runs off to Palm Beach and and when my dad saw me like actually in the musical, he was like, "Oh my gosh, who is that little girl? Like that's not my daughter. That is like a character, like she really loves this and she's actually really good at it." And so then we kind of started the process of moving to South Carolina because my aunt lived here. She had moved years before us, and she was a dance teacher at a dance studio that had like vocal classes and piano lessons and stuff. And she was like, well, it's so much safer down here and it's so much more family oriented. There's so much to do. And you can bring Mariah right to me and I can like give her the tools. I can start giving her the solid groundwork of what she needs to know. And so we moved here. I started doing dance classes and stuff, and it was over with because they had show choir at the dance studio. They had two sections. One was the junior show choir, and one was advanced. So if you were like the advanced show choir kids, you were really cool. And I auditioned, and I happened to get an advanced, and then from there, like it just went up and up and up, and I just never stopped. And I went from being an advanced in middle school to being in the high school advanced show choir at Carolina Forest. And people from this area know that's a huge deal. The Carolina Forest Show Choir is like we're like locally famous. Everyone comes to see the shows, the spring show, the Christmas show. We went to New York and Disney doing singing competitions and stuff like that, which was really cool. But I still, at the end of the day, I'm not like a Broadway singer. You hear it. I'm like, I like to sing soul and country and stuff. So then my sophomore year, I decided to go to a trade school and do cosmetology, like hair and makeup, nails, all that good stuff. And I was like, I'm going to do this because this is going to be my backup plan. Because I'm going to graduate and I'm going to do so many gigs and stuff that like I'm going to have no choice but to be like famous or like at least singing full time. And if that falls through, then hair would be the backup plan. But things kind of changed. My dad had passed away, and I like financially couldn't handle like getting all the equipment for gigs. And I still like I knew how to do show choir, but I don't know how to do gigs. So I was like, I don't even know what equipment I need. Like I don't know anything. So then when I graduated, I kind of took a break from music. I was really sad about my dad and stuff, and just really not sure like what steps to take to get back into it. And then I got presented with the opportunity doing someone's hair one day, that a local band was looking for a lead singer, a female singer. And it's a funk band, and they sing funk and Motown and all the stuff I was like raised listening to. So that's what I had been doing for 3 or 4 years before I auditioned for Idol.
That's amazing. There's so much richness in what you said. Who is your favorite singer, alive or dead?
I think my favorite singer all time is Chris Stapleton.
Oh, how come?
I just feel like when I make music, it would sound something along the lines of that, like very organic almost. Like he doesn't necessarily sing about, I don't want to word this the wrong way, but like pop country is kind of like, I feel like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? I don't think I have to say much more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
Mhm.
he's so organic and authentic, and like you always know what you're going to get from him, but also you always are getting something new and like refreshing, like someone you could never get sick of listening to.
Oh,
Like
wow.
and Adele, I love Adele. I think my vibe is singers who can just stand there and just sing and you're just captivated.
That's kind of what I experienced with you. I Now it makes sense. Before I tell you this, I got to tell you this. You mentioned about you grew up with all different genres, or all different natures of music, like pop and country and funk and everything else. Now it makes sense because I tell you, I thought about this for a few days. It's like about you, and I thought she reminds me of Janis Joplin.
Oh my
Have you?
God, I love Janis Joplin. Actually, so Idol, they ask you for your influences. I was like, I feel like I am like Janis Joplin mixed with like Stevie Nicks, but like
Oh yeah,
take them to the farm and like roll them in some dirt and like hippie mud.
I love that. That's great. Now wait a minute. You said Stevie Nicks. How young are you?
I'm 22.
Okay, you're 22. Yet you grew up, of course, with the. That makes a lot of sense that you would know about Stevie Nicks. So okay, that's
Oh,
reaching back a little bit.
I love,
Um,
yeah, I love Fleetwood Mac in general. The whole,
oh wow, listen to you. Yeah, that's amazing music. It's real. It's art, is what it is.
yes, exactly. Like oh my gosh, the live performance of her doing Rhiannon, and oh my God, where was it? Like Iceland or something? I feel like it was somewhere not here. I don't know.
Right.
So good. I cry like every time I watch it. I don't know why. It's just magical seeing her do just her body language.
Oh,
Yeah.
body language. Like for instance, I know the coaching. I can say this now because it was, it's moving on in American Idol. Um, you pick different specific specialties, and one of them was stage performance.
Mhm.
And so I understand where you're coming from. It's the movement, okay? You have to um, bring not only yourself to the table, but it sounds funny. It's not just your voice; it's your body.
Yeah. And I feel like your emotions within your voice can be stage presence in themselves, but the little things that you do to show that you're feeling what you're singing, is like what really just brings it over the edge. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I know exactly what you're conveying. There's something interesting that's going on right now, and I want to say it. It's like here you are, okay? And when I saw you, of course, you're surrounded by people. and lights and the whole business. Okay. You were larger than life, and it was a beautiful thing to see. However, when it comes right down to it, and I say this for the benefit of the audience here, is that here you are, you're an ordinary person with extraordinary abilities that you decided with a lot of influence and support to take it a step further, right?
Yeah.
So it's not like people, oh, I can never do that. Yes, you can. It just
Right.
takes a lot of work, facing your fears, whatever they are, and just doing it.
100%. I think that's like why I auditioned too. Because I was like, I audition every year because I feel like every singer, they'll send in a video, but I never took it serious. And then this time when I auditioned, I was like, that's it. Like, I really want to do this. Like, I just want to prove a point almost. Like, I just want to show them that I can do it. I can sing like everybody else. And that little old me from Conway, like, if I can do it, anyone literally can do it. And I have a 7-year-old little sister, and I just like, I think
Oh,
like that's definitely a big inspiration for me is her seeing that like if Yaya can do it, you can do it, girlfriend. Anything's possible.
exactly. Now, you're in South Carolina, correct?
Yeah.
What did you think of Hollywood? What did you think of being in front of those three icons, and how did you feel? Were you excited, afraid, or what was going on?
I was really petrified. Super duper petrified because it's like not only did we have to sing in front of not only the judges but all of our other competitors as well, which at the time, it's the first round, so we haven't really like warmed up to each other. Like we haven't really gotten to know each other, so it really is like looking at strangers. But it's just a little bit more intimidating because they're right there and like you know that they are your competition. At the end of the day, like your biggest competition is yourself, and we know that, but it's still just really intimidating. Like walking out there and having to like tell your story of why you're singing your song and telling your story of why you're here and you kind of go on this whole spiel when you walk out to kind of refresh people's memories of who you are. And so that is kind of set the tone for my performance, I feel like. So I was really nervous, like shaking, shake. I can remember just being like, oh my God, oh my gosh, I'm really here. Which I feel like I'm not someone who really like I don't know the word like succumbs to my nerves. Like I usually am really woo-saw and like, okay, we're good. This is your chance. Just do it. You got one shot singing it all the way through, so don't ruin it. But this was just different. I guess I was like away from South Carolina where it's literally like cows and trees. Really crazy busy downtown LA. Like I lived in Baltimore when I was younger, but this is like different. LA was different. It was really intimidating to me. But as the week went on, I definitely like got used to it. The days went on, especially after duets. I was definitely feeling more comfortable because I think we all had been through like the hardest night of our lives, and it made us a lot closer, and it just felt better and more like home-y once we had all warmed up to each other and like mingled, and now we all have made like really great relationships with each other. So I
you
think duets broke the ice.
so you realized, oh, you summed it up what I was going to say. You broke the ice. When you're in ice, you can't move. You're petrified, and you don't know why. It's like, wait a minute, I know that I'm here and they're going to hear me. But the very essence of what you said was everybody had a really exciting and tough night and realized, wait a minute, we're in this together. you know,
Right. It was like,
and
okay, we're not really in competition with each other. We're kind of in our own lanes, and we just got to figure out what we need to do for us.
it's like I like to equate it with a marathon in this industry. You're running in the same direction, absolutely. Of course, one person is going to get first and second and third, but you're all going in the same direction. So you're
Exactly.
all valuable. You all have something to give and to offer that's significant, you
Right.
know?
Right.
So
Exactly. So I think definitely once the vibe was established that like we loved each other, then it was cool. Then it was like my last performance, I actually was so excited. Like, oh my gosh, yay, finally, I get to do something fun and not scary. Yeah, showstopper. Um,
mhm.
and we had a live audience for that, so that was really awesome. And I don't know why that just makes you feel so much more comfortable. Like you don't have to look at one person, so that's that.
You mean like a judge?
Yeah. Um, kind of. They were up there too. They were actually like in a bucket seat. We'll see it next week.
Okay.
But it just felt, I guess at that point too, I was kind of more comfortable with the judges as well after duets.
It
I think,
takes time.
yeah, it just took some warming up and like getting used to their like energy being there, you know.
Who did you have a duet with? I forgot.
With Jack Rogan, it didn't air, but he was on The Voice.
Okay.
He is so freaking talented. One of the most unique voices I've ever heard ever in my life, for sure.
Were you excited or nervous about the duet? Because that was just I did not know that that occurred after you got so far. Tell me something in your experience. Why do you think they do duets?
I think they do duets to see one, if you're going to cave under pressure, two, if you're going to cave under the pressure of someone else, which I feel like is a whole other demon, you know, to see how well you work with people. Because at the end of the day, you can be a great singer and all, but that doesn't make you an American Idol. That just makes you a really good singer. I feel like an American Idol is someone who needs to like get along with people. You need to be able to work with someone and you know, during duets, a lot of people's true colors really shown.
Oh, okay.
And you kind of saw it, like, you kind of saw it last night. You know, I feel like, you know, we're tired, we're emotional, and so it was kind of a true colors kind of thing coming through. And also, you know, they made some really good points to us, like as to why they did it that way. They were like, imagine you're on tour and they call you, they want you to sing the national anthem in the morning the next day for something, or not the national anthem, but a song you have to learn overnight. So you're getting on a plane, learning the song on the plane, and then you're pulling up, you're singing your song, and you're done, you know? But, you know, they kind of put like a real life superstar scenario in our head, which totally makes sense too, because there was also people who like couldn't even hold their eyes open, or there were people that just like, not that they didn't want to work hard for it, but like they might have already known the song and their partner didn't, so they kind of, you know what I mean? It was just,
Sure, there's creative, it's love there, but there's creative differences. It's like, wait a minute, you don't
and
know this line? I can't,
and there's like motivational differences too, I think.
it's like the same thing. I got to say this because it struck me as it's so prevalent in society today. You see this thing? Okay,
Yeah.
right? There was there was two people, and God bless them. You know, they learned, and once they put their phone down, but there was two people.
Oh, Zach and Isaac. That was my favorite one of the
We
whole.
need the phone. And Katy Perry just practically jumped out of her seat. It's like, are you expecting a call?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I have to say, I got to watch that sitting in the audience. They did so, I'm like so proud of them. I love Zachariah and Isaac.
Hmm.
I was like, man, because in my rehearsal for my duets, it wasn't the smoothest rehearsal. It was definitely like we were so tired and just over it. And afterwards, we were not feeling 100% like
Right.
about our duet. We were like, oh man, like we practiced it perfect this morning, but like the pressure of being on the stage rehearsing it was like getting to the both of us, you know? So we were really
Right.
nervous. So I can imagine how they felt, and they didn't really have like a backup plan. They really planned on using the phone. So I'm like, oh my god, come on, guys, you can do it. I was screaming in that audience, like, well, you can do it. Just make up the words. Like, just make up.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah, I was yelling. I don't know if it was, I think Katie said it too, though. She said it in,
Okay.
but I was like trying to hype him up. We all were like going crazy in the audience. And then when Isaac, oh my gosh, he's like, I really love Elton John.
They were making it up, you know, and my family says, "Are they making it up?" I said, "Oh yeah, they're making it up.
Oh,
That song is not, you know." But they're once they it's like when a movie star gets their hand off the script. It's like,
yeah.
okay, all right, you get your hand off the phone, all of a sudden you remember they were dancing, they were getting into it.
It was
That energy,
magic. It was
it
so good.
gave me the chills. It was amazing, you know.
It was so
Uh,
good. I was so impressed. And they both, like, as people, are the coolest freaking dudes on the planet. Like, they have the best energy, like the aura to them. They are so freaking cool. Really cool. They were like the best partners ever. Love that.
I remember when they walked out, in the doors, into the lobby. I forgot which one said that. It might have been Zach, but he said, "This has to be God. This has to be God." It's like he
That
was
was sad.
crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, whoa, you
Yeah.
know, because they didn't show it, although they were centered on this for a bit. They didn't show that they were afraid. And then when you leave, that's the time to just break,
That's
you
exactly
know.
how I was. I definitely was just like, oh my God, thank you, God, that's over. Oh, that was so scary. Like the
And
rehearsal.
he says, well, wait, there's another step.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which, and I feel like the energy, like I said, the energy after duets was amazing for everyone. We were all very excited about like showstoppers, and everyone was rehearsing and da 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 da. And so it was a whole vibe switch after that. Like I guess we got the hardest part out of the way. And I want to say we got like a whole day or like at least a morning of rest.
Nice.
Yeah, after. So when we woke up, boy, we were refreshed. We were ready to go. We were like, what's next? Oh, yeah, we got through.
You're you're like this temporary family that grows really close, really quick, you
Oh,
know.
not even temporary. We still are in group chats and we talk almost every day.
Good,
Yeah,
good.
I feel like it's super important to stay connected with everyone. You don't really get to be surrounded by so many like-minded people, you know? So that's like the most awesome part is like making all these friends.
Yeah, that's what I teach all the time. It's like, yes, acting and singing and dancing, that's very important. That's your skill, that's your craft, that's your God-given talent. However, a hefty 80%, I would say, is networking, which basically means, hello, Mariah. My name is David. Nice to meet you. That's what networking is. It's not a big thing, a mysterious thing that you can't understand. No, it's basically keeping friendships alive, you know.
Exactly. You never know when you could need to like when you need to reach out to one of those people. Or even like I was in town the other day, not the other day. I work sometimes with my mom. We go out of town and do weddings and stuff. She's a floral designer. And I was
Nice.
in Alabama and Hannah Nicolais and she is from Alabama. So I even texted her, I was like, hey, do you wanna go get some dinner or something? Like, what is it? Do you wanna do?
That's sweet. It
Yeah.
sounds to me like you have realized and you have chosen your life's work.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Idol definitely helped get me there too. I was like, dude, I don't think I'll ever be able to do music full time. It just feels so impossible with the area I live in and with the way my life is set up, you know. So Idol showed me like you can make it happen. We see it in you. There's a little spark there. You just gotta blow that thing up, you know.
Exactly. It's like, when you're out having a bonfire in your backyard, and the fire goes down. What do? Oh shoot, it's gone. No, you start working
Put
at
another
it.
piece of wood on it.
Exactly. And what is your next steps right now? If you can reveal them, if you want to reveal them.
So the next step right now is just next Sunday money.
That's funny. Okay.
Next Sunday and Monday is I believe Sunday is going to be the showstopper and Monday is going to be the final judgment for Hollywood Week.
Final judgment. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's super intense. It's way super intense.
Excellent.
Super intense. So that's the next step is to execute the showstopper, and then we get to have like a one-on-one meeting with the judges, and they kind of critique all that we've done so far.
Okay.
And decide who goes to
Make
top.
sure you don't say too much because this is public, so but
Oh, no,
that okay. No, that's wonderful. All right, now you're back home, so
mhm.
you're gonna catch another flight.
I
No?
think that's what I can't reveal is like flight.
Oh, okay. See, this is what I respect. Okay, totally. And it brings more excitement. It's like, what's gonna happen next?
I know, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's just gonna be airing the like Showstopper Final Judgment things,
Okay,
which
good.
everybody in Showstopper gets a final judgment. So
Okay.
I don't think I'm wrong for saying it.
You'll do excellent and fabulous and wonderful like you always have.
Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I'm
Well,
excited.
um, are you thinking in the future, if you haven't yet, like cutting a single or making an album or something?
Oh, 100%. So I write music. I play piano not very well, but I play but I play enough to like get through a song. So I have songs that, I probably over 200 that over the year, like the past couple of years, I've written down in notebooks. I've got probably 4 notebooks full of just even prompts,
That's beautiful.
like things I would want to do. But my problem is I don't, I just started working on some stuff, like real stuff, like in a studio. My first everything. I don't really know if I'll be releasing it sooner rather than later. Probably later rather than sooner.
Okay. You know
Um,
what? You have time,
yeah,
but you don't. But you do. You
right.
know, it's how you use each day. You know, you can fill an hour just doing quality work, and then maybe a little bit later, but it's those steps. I heard a pastor say this once. He said, every step is an arrival. And I go, what's that about? And I thought, and I have been thinking about it. What does that mean to you? What I just said. I love people's.
I mean, it's just one step closer to where you need to be. You're going further in the right direction every step.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I just did this today. Well, no, it's not just you did something significant.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, this is beautiful. I'm so happy for you and excited for you,
Thank you
and
so
I
much.
love your voice. Your voice is amazing. Do you practice every day?
I still sing literally too much all the time.
How can you do that?
Just humming, like I'll just be walking through my yard and I'm like, I just can't help it. I'm always listening to music, and even if I don't practice like seriously, I definitely am singing every day at some point.
That's your heart. You don't suffocate your heart.
100%.
I used to work with an actor, and we were working at a supermarket, and he got me the job. This is years ago, and he was the singing bagger. Seriously, Broadway voice, just absolutely amazing. He would literally sing to the customers, and
I do hair, so I literally be singing to my clients.
oh, really? That's so cool.
Not like full song and dance or anything, but I like can't do anything without listening to music. I feel like I go crazy, like I need something. Um, and so I always end up like whispering in their ear, like because I'm trying not to sing, but then I end up whispering, and then I'm like in their face, like trying to foil or something. And then like obviously clients I'm really comfortable with will be jamming, having karaoke sessions in the salon. So I'm guilty.
That's so much fun. Mariah, I keep wanting to call you Carrie. Mariah Faith.
Hi, Carrie Faith Hill.
There you go. Exactly. I thought the same thing, actually. Mariah Carey, Faith Hill. What a great combination. Um, if people wanted to get a hold of you, how would they do that?
My socials are all the same at the Mariah Faith. Just
Uh,
Mariah Faith mistaken, by the way. I didn't want
okay. No, I
to.
appreciate that. I appreciate that. I want to thank you. It's been fun and very enjoyable for you
Thank
to be on
you.
Real Actors, Real Answers. We're going to be watching you. You understand? We're going to be
Oh,
watching you close, okay, and rooting for you.
I appreciate it so much. I'm really
Definitely.
excited. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you very much. Um,
Yes.
so God bless. Enjoy your day and keep singing.
Same to you. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you again soon.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.